Hey guys, welcome to the ankle rehab section for beginners. So the first exercise that we really need to get a grasp of is balancing on your injured ankle. So if you feel more comfortable doing this against the wall or having something there to support you, like a chair, that's totally fine. So what you want is your ankle, knee and hip to be all in line. Okay, so you don't want to be balancing when your foot is sticking out one way, okay, or too much turned in. So make sure it's all nice and straight. And you're just taking the other foot slightly off the ground and you're just balancing there. Okay, so that's just the first thing. So you want to be able to hold this for at least 10 seconds. And as you get good at it, we'll be increasing the time limit there. Okay? It's nice and balanced. Make sure you're locking in your core. Okay, and ensure that you're not twisting or bending your knee, just sitting nice and straight there. Okay? Next exercise is a step down. Now, what you're going to be doing is, this is just a yoga block, okay, that you can use. You can use phone books if you still have them. So what you're going to be doing from here is you're going to be keeping your whole heel on the ground, okay, on the step. Okay, that's really important. And all you're going to be doing is stepping down with the other foot like you're walking downstairs and then stepping back up. Okay, your other foot can go on the ground if you need to, stepping down and then stepping back up. I'll show you from this side. Keep your whole heel on the ground, this foot's there to support, step down and then step back up. Okay, great. The next one, balance board. Now, I do recommend you use a chair or wall just to get you straight on it. So the balance board, you're going to be using 2 feet. The way to jump on it with 2 feet is to get one side, make sure you're nice and stable, hold on to a chair, and slowly just jump on there. Okay, so this is creating instability. Okay, lock in your core. Keep your knees slightly bent and you are just balancing there. Okay? Keep it nice and stable, nice and calm. It also helps if you stare at something that's still, like a line or a dot on the wall as well. Okay? Now how to hop off is the way you got on, so just slide to one side, okay? And just slowly step off. Make sure you're holding on to something. The next one is foot scrunching. So with your with your foot, sit on a chair. Okay, make sure you're on the edge of the chair there, and all you're doing is you've got your foot on a towel and you're just scrunching your feet. Okay, so scrunching the towel up as much as you can and then straightening it back out and repeating the same thing again. Okay, and that's the beginner's exercises for your ankle. Hey guys, welcome to the intermediate section for ankle rehab. So the first exercise is just going to be skipping, so just 2 foot skipping. So grab yourself your skipping rope. Okay, so it's going to be two foot skipping firstly. So make sure you're jumping on the balls of your feet and you're landing nice and soft, okay, so bending your knees. So you don't want to be stamping hard or anything like that. Land very lightly on your balls of your feet. And ensure your feet are staying nice and closely together. Okay? Now, the next one that we're going to do is line jumps. There's a couple of ways to do this. So, firstly, it's just front and back. So, very similar to skipping. Is find a line on the ground and we've got 2 feet jumping over the line and back on the other side. Okay? Just like that. Again, I'm bending my knees to absorb the shock. So the other line jumps is just side to side line jumps. Okay, so jumping, landing, just like so. Now, the other few exercises are going to be on the balance board. Now, with the balance board, obviously you've progressed from the beginner section, so instead of doing 2 feet on the balance board, we're going to be doing one foot balances. So come up, I recommend you go to a wall or a chair, and how you hop on this for 1 foot is you place your foot right in the middle of the board have something that support you, and you're just balancing just like that. Make sure your core is nice and tight, nice and locked. Okay, and stare at something that's standing still. It'll really help you. To hop off, hold on to something and step off with your foot that's up. And that's that. Now, the next exercise, again we're grabbing the balance board. And we're going to need the wall for this, or a wall. Okay, now I recommend using a tennis ball, it's just a nice soft ball. You're going to hop on like you would for 2 foot balancing. Okay, so 1 foot on the side and slowly come up. Hold on to something if you need to. All you're going to be doing, locking your core, and you're just going to be throwing the ball at the wall. What this is going to do is teach you proprioception, okay, which is where your limbs are, okay, so where your arms and your legs are. Okay, you're going to teach you coordination while your ankle is doing something else. Okay, so throwing the ball at the wall and just catching it with 2 hands, okay, or 1 hand, whatever you're comfortable with. Staying balanced down where your legs are. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Have a chair or something around you if that will help you. Okay, you can also alternate hands as well. Okay, and that's intermediate rehab for your ankle. Hey guys, welcome to the advanced section of ankle rehab. So, first exercise that we're going to do is 2 foot binding. Okay, so what that is make sure that your feet are nice and square, nice and straight. Your ankles, your knees, and your hips are all in line on both sides. What you're going to be doing is bending your knees, swing your arms back, and jumping and landing. Okay, so when you land, make sure that you're absorbing the shock and you're bending your knees. So you're coming into a squat, nice soft landing, and coming back up. Again, nice soft landing, coming back up. Okay, so that's 2 foot binding. Now, the next exercise, you'll need your ball. Okay, preferably a tennis ball. What you're going to be doing is using the wall, and you're going to be balancing on your one leg, and you're going to be throwing the ball. Again, as you did in the intermediate section, it's about proprioception, knowing where your limbs are, but them doing something else while your mind is elsewhere. So 1 foot up, throwing the ball and catching it. Try not to get this leg to rest on your other leg. Okay, it creates more balance, and what we want to do is make sure that each leg can do what they need to do by themselves. Okay, so throwing the ball and balancing. Again, you can alternate hands if you like. Okay, so that's 1 foot balancing. Now, progression of that is to use the balance board, 2 feet. Sorry, 1 foot, 1 foot for the advance. Okay, as you get on, make sure that your foot is right in the middle. Coming up, you're balancing. Have something around you, okay, if you feel more comfortable. Okay, and you're balancing and you're throwing the ball. Again, try to take this leg away, throwing the ball and catching it. Nice and slow and balanced. Cool. The other foot can go down if you're about to lose balance for support. Okay. Now, the next exercise is, in the beginner section we did 1 leg balancing. We're going to incorporate that now because we're doing more proprioception work. Is we're actually going to close our eyes while we're balancing. So 1 foot's going to be off the ground. Again, no resting on the other leg, and you're going to be shutting your eyes. Now what shutting your eyes does is it takes away the awareness of where you actually are. So keeping that balance and keeping that strength in your ankle, locking in your core, keeping your eyes nice and closed. Okay, you can have something around you, okay, or you can put your other foot down if you need to. Okay? And the last one for the advanced is, again, grab your skipping rope, and all you're going to be doing is, instead of doing 2 foot skips, you're just going to be using 1 foot skipping. Okay, so this is to be done nice and slowly, nice and controlled. So jumping and landing. Try and stay in the same spot at all times. Okay, and that's the advanced section for rehab of the ankle.